Welcome. So we are going to be talking about accident insurance. Now you have gotten either a form that looks like this or a form that looks like this one from your HR director. It is an open enrollment time with your business. So what we're going to talk about real quick is just, I'm going to touch on this quickly. So if you do have additional questions, feel free to reach out to us either by phone or by email, and we'll answer questions as we can. So the first thing I want to tell you about the accident plan is automatically it comes with a $40,000 life insurance plan that is for accidental death. So $40,000 for you, it would be $20,000 for your spouse, $10,000 for children. Now there's also common carrier coverage, which is for things like if you use an Uber or a Lyft, traveling by train, traveling by airplane. Basically, anytime you're a fare paying customer, you're also going to have that type of life insurance coverage there as well. Now, this would not cover you for something like maybe if you have a heart attack and you die from that. That's not considered accidental. That is an illness. Now, we cover things like hospital confinements, intensive care unit coverage, if you go either into intensive care or even if you're just in hospital for an admission. We cover for things like that. We also pay for ambulance rides, whether it's by ground or air. And one of the important things that you're going to see there listed at the bottom is doctor visits or that are doctor services that are not accident related, because if it was accident related, we would actually be claiming it. You'll see a little bit higher up, it'll say $500 for accidental initial, what do we call it? Medical expenses. So you would be paid the $500 there if it was accident related. But if it's not, let's say maybe one of your kids has an ear infection and you go see the doctor, you're actually going to be claiming that at the bottom there for doctor's visits. So even if you have like the safest, best year, you don't have to make a single accidental claim. You can still claim doctor's visits up to 4 per year total for a whole family. Now, if you have just yourself covered, there's a total of 2 per year, and that's employee covered only. Employee and spouse, employee and children, or the whole family has 4 total for the year. And the maximum per person is 2. So if you have just yourself covered, you have 2 to use for that year for yourself. And we run calendar year, so from January 1 to December 31st, that is considered our calendar year. And so if you have your policies go into force, say, October 1st, you have until October 1st until December 31st to use your visits, and then it resets on January 1. So we have hospital admissions. We cover hospital admissions per day. We cover things like lacerations, and we don't mean just getting stitches, we mean actual lacerations. So some lacerations will require stitches, some only have to be glued. So instead of saying you get paid for stitches, you're getting paid for lacerations. Follow-up visits are a big one. Everybody should follow up with your doctor at least one time. Sometimes you're required to follow up more than once. If you have to have CT or MRI because of an accident, we're actually going to be paying you for that as well. We pay for burns, brain injury. This is a really big one. If something happens, like maybe you're in a little fender bender and you hit your head and they see that you have a concussion, we're going to be paying for that concussion. If you have kids that play sports, I highly, highly, highly recommend this for parents with kids who play sports. Please, please, please cover them with this plan. Anytime kids play contact sports and they are hurt or they hit their head, they're usually having those little brains checked. And, it's really important to keep on top of that. And if you do have a concussion diagnosis, chances are somebody's going to be missing some school. And whenever somebody misses school, parents miss work. And we're going to help you replace that lost income. And even if you don't have lost income, we're going to be helping with that because you will probably have some added expenses, whether it be transportation expenses, gas, eating, like things that you don't even think about. Major medical takes care of a lot, but our job is to take care of the rest and to take care of you. Paralysis. some surgeries, if you have to have blood or plasma. And if you look on the back of your form, the backside, there is a backside. It talks about loss of life and limbs, and that covers everything from losing fingers and toes up to losing, hands, arms, legs, feet, losing your life. We do cover for all of that. We want to make sure that you're taken care of. Dislocations, complete, simple, enclosed fractures. So it is a very comprehensive, it is a large plan. There's a lot to know. And we don't want you or expect you to understand and know everything about this plan. What we want you to do is whenever you do incur some type of accident in your life, whether it's you, your spouse, your kids, whoever is covered on this plan, we want you to call our office after you seek medical attention. Let us know what's going on, and we're going to ask you some questions, things like, what's your name? Where are you employed from? Who was injured, the date, and the doctors that you saw. And then most of the time we are able to collect that information so you can get your claims paid and you can get checks directly mailed to you or direct deposited. And as far as plan premiums go, so these are being payroll deducted for you by your employer, which is very convenient. You don't have to worry about paying this bill because your place of employment is making sure that that's done for you. And it's done in the bi-weekly, weekly, semi-monthly, and monthly tiers. And let me see here. So, and this is an important thing to realize. This doesn't just cover you off the job. This is 24-hour-a-day coverage. So it doesn't matter if you're hurt on the job or off the job. Our job is to make sure that you're taken care of. And whenever you see a doctor, we consider doctors to be anybody that is a doctor, which could be a dentist. If you break a tooth, that counts. If you're going to the chiropractor because you injured your back and you need an adjustment, that's considered an accident and you are seeking medical attention from a doctor. Emergency room doctors, your primary care doctor, urgent care, they all count. So if you have any questions, we want you to reach out to us at our office, or we want you to shoot us an email. And that's your accident plan.